Coming up on the official SPFL YouTube channel this week, the best of the action from the first round of the League Cup, including Forfar shock Rangers. Extra time at Bayview. And Lyle is the hat-trick hero at Palmerston. No doubting the biggest upset in the first round of the League Cup. That came at Station Park, where Forfar triumphed over Rangers. Gavin Swankie only took 9 minutes to put the hosts ahead. The striker took advantage of a mistake at the back to race in behind the defence, and he coolly lobbed the ball over Scott Gallagher. That looked like being enough for Dick Campbell's side, but with 6 minutes remaining, Fraser Aird stooped to head Rangers level. Andrew Little's initial effort came back off the crossbar, and Aird beat keeper Darren Hill to the ball. Despite that late setback, Forfar rallied in extra time, and with just 5 minutes left, they crafted a winning goal. Ian Campbell's cross into the area was met by the head of Gavin Swankie to seal an unlikely win. An afternoon never to be forgotten for everyone connected with Forfar. It was their first ever win over Rangers. Airdrieonians just edged a 7-goal thriller at home to Stenhousemuir, but they had to do it the hard way after Sean Dixon's stunning strike gave the Warriors the lead. The drive from well outside the area had Colin Stewart and the home goal beaten all ends up. That 60th minute goal was followed by another 8 minutes later. This time Darren Smith was on the end of a well-worked move. With just over a quarter of the match gone, Stenhousemuir were firmly in the driving seat. That only seemed to spur a remarkable first-half comeback from the home side though. David Sinclair pulled the goal back with 33 minutes on the clock. He timed his run into the area perfectly, and Chris Smith was left exposed. The Diamonds were clearly buoyed by that goal, and a minute before half-time, Nathan Blockley levelled the tie. With no one closing him down, the midfielder decided to have a go and managed to curl the ball round the visitors' keeper. And Jimmy Boyle's men weren't finished there. Before the referee had a chance to blow the half-time whistle, they made it 3-2 courtesy of Mick O'Byrne. A goalmouth scramble following a corner, and O'Byrne managed to knock the ball into the net. 3-2 became 4-2 13 minutes from time, as the Diamonds all but booked their passage to round 2. This time it was Lewis Colt putting the ball in the back of the net. Stenhousemuir had been pushing men forward, and Airdrie took advantage of some gaps in the defence. The visitors did manage to pull a goal back with 2 minutes left, but the strike from Ross McMillan was nothing more than a consolation. It came too late to change the result, and Airdrie ran out 4-3 winners. At Bayview, Morton needed extra time to see off a determined East Fife side. Mark McLaughlin put the visitors ahead 10 minutes into the second half. The in-swinging delivery on the corner was perfect, and the defender just needed to touch the ball past Michael Andrews. Mikael Habayi doubled the Greenock side's advantage in the 70th minute when he lashed the ball across the Fifers' keeper and into the far corner. With just 20 minutes left, it looked like Alan Moore's side had already 1 foot in the second round. Back came East Fife though, and 5 minutes later, Liam Buchanan had pulled a goal back to give the hosts hope. The cross from the right sat up nicely for the striker, and he drilled it past the unsighted Derek Gaston. The hosts were throwing everything at their opponents now to try and force extra time, and the pressure paid off when Buchanan headed them level with his second goal of the afternoon. The striker nipped in ahead of his marker and managed to divert the ball into the back of the net. Once into extra time, Morton were quick to assert their authority. David McNeil made it 3-2 within 2 minutes of the restart. The Fifers' defence was looking flat-footed as McNeil managed to pick his way through. A good calm finish from inside the box. 5 minutes later, Morton scored again to put themselves firmly back in control. East Fife didn't deal with the long ball out of defence, and Campbell raced clear before keeping his composure to finish into an empty net. The youngster's pace took him away from the chasing defenders, and he did well to round the keeper Andrews and finish it off nicely. East Fife were getting stretched now, and Morton were keen to take full advantage. Before the first half of extra time was over, they were awarded a penalty for a clear handball inside the area. After Michael Andrews came charging out of his area, the goal was exposed and the visitors looked sure to score before the illegal intervention. Referee Craig Charlson had no option but to brandish the red card. Archie Campbell's penalty kick was expertly saved, but Dougie Emery managed to slide in the rebound. A great stop from the goalkeeper, but Emery reacted sharply. Morton added a sixth goal with just a minute of extra time remaining, and it was Archie Campbell with his second of the game. Yet again, Campbell good finishing inside the area. The Greenock men were just too strong in the end for their hosts. 6-2 the final score. Dunfermline were 2-0 winners away to East Stirlingshire. The first came from the penalty spot after Richard Miller's lunge on Josh Falkingham. It was a late challenge and referee Matt Northcroft was left with a straightforward decision to make. Ryan Wallace stepped up and sent Grant Hay the wrong way. That goal coming in the 10th minute of the match. The host cause wasn't helped with the sending off of Kevin Turner midway through the second half, and Dunfermline added a late second goal to seal the tie. Veteran striker Craig Dargo made it 2-0 with a controlled low drive from inside the area. Plenty of time and space inside the box, and Dargo secured the Par's place in round 2. Derek Lyle was the hat-trick hero for Queen of the South as they overcame Annan at Palmerston. Lyle headed the first goal in the 57th minute after Peter Watson had been sent off for the visitors early in the second half. It was a lovely teasing cross and the header was inch perfect. Jim McIntyre's side doubled their advantage 9 minutes later. This time it was a close-range finish from Lyle who capitalised on a spill from Alex Mitchell. The Annan keeper couldn't hold on to Michael Payton's effort from outside the area, and Lyle, as ever, only too happy to knock in the rebound from that perfect area just a couple of yards out. The striker completed his hat-trick 2 minutes later, this time the cross from the left and another powerful header. It was an impressive showing from Lyle and a big boost for a side looking to replace the goals of Nicky Clark, who joined Rangers in the summer. After meeting in the Ramsden's Cup last week, Falkirk and Clyde faced each other again in the League Cup. It took the Bairns 73 minutes to break the deadlock, but it was worth the wait from Blair Alston. A delightful curling free kick which left Clyde keeper Nick Rajovic rooted to the spot. 6 minutes later, a flowing move from Gary Holt's men ended with summer signing Phil Roberts claiming the game's second goal. The former Arsenal youngster's left foot effort was neatly placed in the far corner. Roberts turned provider 2 minutes later when he unselfishly laid the ball on the plate for Thomas Grant to round off the scoring. It was a strong finish from Falkirk in a match played at Alloa's Recreation Park. Final score, Falkirk 3, Clyde 0. The Wasps themselves were facing Peterhead at Balmoor, and 2 second-half goals saw Paul Hartley's side leave with a win. The first came from the penalty spot after James Redmond tripped Ryan McCord in the area. No doubt in the mind of referee David Summers, a clear penalty. Ryan McCord dusted himself down and slotted away the spot kick in the 52nd minute. A nice finish from 12 yards and Alloa in the lead. The Wasps wrapped up the win 7 minutes from time. Summer signing Andy Cook was brought in to supply goals, and that's exactly what he did when he got on the end of McCord's free kick. Lovely delivery, but it was by no means a simple header for the 34-year-old. Raith Rovers proved far too strong for Queen's Park at Starks Park. The first goal came from the head of Gordon Smith in the 15th minute. The free kick was driven goalwards, and the touch from Smith was enough to leave Spiders keeper Michael Brown stranded. Joe Cardle made it 2-0 10 minutes before half-time after busting through the Queen's Park defence. The former Dunfermline man timed his run perfectly to stay onside, and the finish was neat. Cardinal beating the offside trap, needed a good first touch, and then the second was clinical. There was no let up from the home side in the second half. Callum Elliott claimed his first goal of the game just before the hour mark. The former Hearts man joined Rovers in the summer and looked a threat all afternoon. It was all Raith Rovers at this stage, and there was no surprise to see them add a fourth goal in the 67th minute through Elliott once again. Queen's Park's plight wasn't helped by the sending off of Giuseppe Capuano in between Elliott's double for Raith. Three minutes later, Gardner Spear's 10 men found themselves 5 goals down. This time hesitancy at the back, which let in Greg Spence, and he decided to go it alone to great effect. Good skill inside the box and a neat finish. The rout was complete 4 minutes from time when Lewis Vaughan added his name to the goal scorers. There was little resistance from the Queen's Park defence, and Rovers running out 6-0 winners on the day. Time now to look ahead to this weekend's fixtures as the league season gets underway. In the Championship, Alloa at home to Livingston, Dumbarton begin at home to Falkirk, Morton welcome Cowdenbeath to Capello, Dundee start at Palmerston where they'll face Queen of the South, and at Starks Park it's Raith Rovers versus Hamilton Academical. In League 1, Rangers welcome Brecon to Ibrox, Ayr United travel to Arbroath, East Fife take on local rivals Dunfermline, it's Airdrieonians against Forfar at Station Park, and Stenhousemuir hosts Stranraer. Finally in League 2, it's Clyde, Berwick at Broadwood, Elgin City clash with Albion Rovers, Montrose host Stirling Albion, while Annan are at Peterhead. Lastly, Queen's Park and East Stirlingshire meet at Hampden. We'll have the best of the action from these matches next time on the official SPFL YouTube channel.